What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about the importance of breath when speaking. Now, there's a lot of videos out there you can look at and that focus on performance and how to control your breath and work on that and breath control, and that's all great. That's not exactly where we're going to go today. I want to help you understand how to use your breath to create a memorable moment with your audience. And this is going to be fun. So we're going to talk about breath. I'm going to show you a couple of techniques that will really enhance your experience with your audience, and you will walk away from here understanding the importance of breath shared between you and your audience. All right? So that's where we're going to go today. And it really comes down to two clear ideas. There's the audience's breath, and there's your breath. So as a speaker, it is a lot like a singer or a performer of any way. Of controlling your breath matters so that you don't run out of breath, so that you can actually stay up there for a long time. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that you need to learn to control your breath, to breathe from down here instead of always up here. It will help your throat, it will help your voice box, it will help all of that so that you have better control. But here's the thing, when we talk about controlling breath, again, there is all of that work that you can do, but I want to talk about how you controlling your breath can create a magical moment. Let's think about when you hold your breath. If you're standing on stage and you just go, it's silence. I mean, it's quiet in there. There was a moment when I went up and I was with a group of people I'd never met before. It was a new mastermind experience, and I was the first one to get up and introduce myself. And I got up on the stage area with the microphone, and the first thing that I did, I had 90 seconds to introduce myself and say everything that I could ever say about what I want these people to know about me. And I started by doing this. Okay. You see, just that second, by breathing in like that, what it did was suck all the attention to me. Just by me holding my breath like that, I can draw all the attention in. Because now I'm not letting something out, but I'm bringing it in and I'm actually holding it. That hold is so important for you as a communicator. Then we want to talk about breathing out. Because when you actually do that, you're releasing something. So again, you think about this idea of holding. Well, then let's just do that. What you're doing as a speaker is releasing tension from your thought. It goes with the ideas. When you want to release tension, you want to slow things down, just let a breath out. And it creates a moment. It creates a really important releasing moment. Now, I want to talk about breathing fast and slow. This is really when you're going through different content. And you can talk really fast like this and you can continue and what's happening there is I'm breathing in as I go and I'm doing all those deep breaths and I'm making sure that I can just continue with the content because I need to breathe in fast, 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 fast. Now, if I slow down my content, if I slow down in my delivery, my breaths are going to be slower. And you can see my shoulders, my chest rise and fall at a much slower pace. And what this does is it changes exactly what's going on. It changes the energy on the stage. It goes from I'm running in the woods to I'm on a stroll through the forest. Do you see the difference in that? There's a tension that goes with speaking fast, and then there's this calmness and attentiveness that goes with using and breathing slowly. So when you use your breath in this way, it creates a moment, it creates a kind of atmosphere just specifically with you and what you're doing. But now let's talk about them. Because here's what's most important. if you want to create a moment, one of the best ways to create a memorable moment with your audience, for them to know that we were here together, that something shifted in the room, that speaker did something to us. One of the best ways that you can do this is to change the breath of the room. If you can change their breath, then you've done something to be an impactful speaker. And simply by doing these things, you can change the way that they breathe as well. Now, here's a few ways that you can change your audience's breath. You can get them to hold their breath. This can happen through a super captivating story, something full of tension, something that leads them up to a cliffhanger where they find themselves literally doing this, going and waiting for the final outcome so that they can breathe a sigh of relief. That's them holding their breath, where you can actually tell something that is so transformative that it gets them to the point where they are shortening their breath and maybe even holding it until you allow them to release it. The power in that. That's the power in great storytelling. You can also get them to change their breath by getting them to laugh. I know you've never thought about that as breath before, but when they laugh, we're all now laughing at the same time. We're letting out air at the same time, and we're doing this as a community together, and you have done something that has caused them to disrupt their breathing pattern. When you do that, it's sending signals to the brain that there's something out there that we should be paying attention to. That's what you want the brain to be doing. Changing their breath patterns does this. And again, you can get them to change their breath by you breathing out or you breathing fast and slow. So let's just say you're changing your fast and slow. Your speed of breathing can actually affect theirs as well. Now, you can do this just by telling a great story. As I said, everything that you do on stage is going to impact how they respond. One really great way to do this is to actually interact with your audience and say, all right, now everybody, can you just breathe in with me? And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And hold your breath. Now, if you do this with your audience, then you're literally getting them to breathe all at the same time, and you are affecting how they think. And again, this triggers the brain to go, if I'm changing the way I breathe because of that person speaking, this is somebody that I need to pay attention to. When you change their breath, you can change their minds. When you change their minds, you've captivated them, and then they can go out and change the world. So this is how you, as a speaker, as a communicator, pay attention to the way that you're breathing, because it can affect the way that your audience breathes. And if you do that, then you can create a memorable, magical moment together and go from there to shape the world. All right, thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you again soon.